This is John Groves coming to you from my home studio. For today's Bible talk, I would like to discuss the story of David and Goliath. It is one of the best known stories from the Bible, and it offers us many lessons. Ordinarily, we think of David and Goliath as a story of resolved conflict where the underdog prevails. Goliath is the giant, David is the upstart. But can we learn more from this story? Let's first look at the setting. The Philistines and the Israelites are at war. There's been a lull in the fighting. The Philistine army is on one hillside, the Israelite is on another. Each side is reluctant to attack, given the relative disadvantage of fighting the enemy holding the higher ground. And it's during this impasse that Goliath of Gath steps out and taunts the Israelites. He offers to fight their champion. The terms offered are that if he loses, then the Philistines will be beholden to the Israelites. In turn, if he prevails, then the Israelites are to be subjugated to the Philistines. The Bible tells us that Goliath has been boasting and taunting the Israelites for 40 days. It also tells us that the Israelites were very much afraid. And while Goliath might have expected an Israelite warrior to fight him with conventional weapons, David has with him only a sling and 5 smooth stones. Goliath disdains David. And after cursing him, Goliath declares that he plans to give his flesh to the birds in the air and the wild animals in the field. David notes in turn that Goliath comes to him with sword and spear, but that he, David, comes to him in the name of the Lord God of Israel. After their verbal exchanges, David takes up his sling and strikes Goliath in the middle of the forehead, bringing him down. Then David takes Goliath's sword and cuts off his head. The Israelites mobilize and rout the Philistine army and take the spoils from their camp. Goliath's armor is simply insufficient to protect him from David's well-placed strike. Charles Fillmore interprets the story metaphysically. He regards Goliath as erroneous ideas overcome by the power of love, and David represents love here. David's love is courageous, prepared to face and stand firm in the face of any adversity. The biblical writer emphasizes the righteousness of David's cause. The Lord is with David. He cannot lose. In the same way, we can say that truth prevails over error. Now, let's take a step back and ask ourselves, honestly, are we more like David than Goliath? Are we flexible in our approach to our challenges? Or do we approach them rigidly in ways that are perhaps overly conventional? We want to be David in the story, but our behavior too frequently is more like Goliath's. We tend to be brash and overconfident dealing with our environment. And we want to put down those who come against us with viewpoints different than our own. Perhaps a key lesson here is that we need to not wait to be knocked out cold with a proverbial slingshot. Instead, we can embrace greater diversity in our thinking and a less doctrinaire approach to our world. Until next time, this is John Groves signing off.